Hello class, today you will receive a piece of paper with a half of a heart on it. And you can see the heart will start a little bit down from the edge of the paper, curves up, and all the way almost to the bottom. And I'm going to trace this line for you so you can see it on my computer or on my camera, because it's a little bit hard for you to see. This is a half of a heart. Now the reason that I'm printing out a half of a heart, all we need is the half image to recreate the entire image. If you open up the paper, you're going to see this creased line. The crease in the line is the line of symmetry. I'm going to show you. Oh, I'm looking for my ruler, but I don't have a ruler with me. So I'm going to use this book's edge. And I'm going to draw this line so you can see it. You will not need to draw this, but I want you to see this through the camera, that this is the center of the heart. It is the line of symmetry, and if you fold on this line and you cut on this line, you will get two sides that are exactly the same. So now I'm going to cut it on that line. Of course, I don't have anything I need in front of me. Here we go. Okay. Remember, when you're holding your scissors, the thumb is in the smaller hole. The fingers are in the longer slot. Okay, I'm going to start at this bottom edge, cut on the line. This is the folded line. You can see the fold. That's the side you want to stay on and cut from. Around, around, around. Always keeping your helper hand out of the way. And the top of a heart dips down. And here, when we open it up, it should be perfectly symmetrical. Exactly the same on both sides. This is a positive shape, the heart. Look at this. On my cutout, I have also a heart, and you can see the negative shape. It's missing, but it still shows us that two-dimensional shape of a heart. All right, as you can see, we have a negative space here. That's a heart. This is an interesting little addition. With a piece of paper, you can see the heart again through the cut piece of paper, through the negative shape. And if you wanted to attach this, you would put a bit of glue on the cut piece of paper all the way around, even this little edge here, all the way around. It's going to start to curl a little bit, and then you're going to carefully lift and set it into place. Here we go. You want to have edge to edge before you press it down. There we go on the bottom edge. Oops. And it might not lay flat. That's okay. Here we go. And then we have another positive heart. And we can work on this also. All right, now that we have a heart, what I'd like to do is use a ruler and learn how to draw straight lines with a ruler. We don't need to do any measuring, but if you were to measure, you'd take the ruler's edge, go straight across, and read the number, and it says 8. And there's just a little dash after the 8. But that's about 8 inches wide. But all we're going to do with a straight edge is lay it down and make some straight lines across. So you hold the ruler in place, draw a line across. I know it's hard to see. I will trace them with a heavier material. I'm going to tilt this one. This time I'm going to make a diagonal line. So I have a straight line and a diagonal line. And then I'm going to crisscross from the top down. You're going to decide what you think looks wonderful. Diagonal line down, and I'm going to push this, hold it in place, hold my pencil right up against the ruler and slide it down. All right, I've broken this really nice little heart into different shapes. And now we're going to add some color. All right, now you can see more clearly the lines that I've used with my ruler to break up the space into different diagonal shapes. And now we are going to use either oil pastels, possibly some crayons, or paint sticks to divide this image into different colors. I'm going to be using a paint stick to start with. Make sure your paint sticks aren't too high above the edge, otherwise they ruin the paint stick and they waste a lot of paint. Now, once again, these paint sticks are fantastic and they dry in about 2 minutes. So I could layer another color over this. Or I could do both. I could work with pastels and paint sticks. Each section of my heart is going to be a different color of pastel or paint sticks. Additionally, I'd like to teach you how to create your own hearts and create your own line of symmetry with pieces of paper or scrap paper. So I really don't want to waste this entire piece of paper on one heart. So what here I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the paper down the middle. So I've split it in half. I'm going to fold each page in half. And you can create this on any size paper. So now I have 2 folded pieces of paper. You can see the fold here, and you can see the fold here. All right, this is the open side, this is the open side. I'm going to mark the open side. Open side, open side. You can see the little dots. You will not create the line of symmetry on the side that's open. you want to work really and focus on the side that is folded. All right, and now we're going to draw a half of a heart. Don't start at the top of the paper because you won't have enough room to scoop upward to get that rounded part. So you want to drop down a little bit. Maybe right here is a good place to start. And of course, maybe not ending at the very bottom, close to the bottom. So here's my starting point. I'm going to go up, swerve back down, and come back to this edge. Now this might not be perfect. That's okay. You can cut it again later or cut more off of it. So now I'm going to cut it out. I don't have to go exactly on the line. If I feel like, oh, this is a really long looking curve, you can make it shorter. And see, when I cut it out, I didn't cut exactly on the line. That's okay. Let's open it up. Here we go. That's a nice looking heart. You could also make a thinner one. They don't have to be kind of chubbier like this one. You can make a thinner heart, but you always want to bring your line not at the top. You've got to go down, thinner and up, curve down and back down. Let's see how that looks. Cut on your line. If you're not really happy with the line, veer off the line a little bit. It really doesn't matter. Here, but I'm going to stay on this line a little bit. And this obviously is a much thinner heart. Let's take a look. Oh, very nice. Now, look at this. I don't think people utilize their scrap paper often, and it's good pieces of paper to practice on. So look, I'm going to take this paper, move these hearts over, and with my scrap paper, I can always practice some more. I'm going to cut this edge off, and look at, I'm making another rectangle, and I'm just folding it. Now this is great practice. Fold it in half. These are going to be tiny, and fold it in half. Look at that. Now I can use these two pieces of paper and make a smaller version. Don't start at the top with the heart. Bring it down a little bit and curve up and back to this edge. Let's try that again. Start a little bit down, curve up. This one's going to be bigger, and back down. All right, I'm going to cut these out. I'm going to have a lot of hearts out of one piece of paper. Good practice. You don't have to be perfect the first time you do something. It's good to keep trying. Oh, that's cute. The bottom is a little cut off, but I don't mind. And that's kind of a thicker, chubbier one. And this one's a little thinner. Just depends on the way you draw it. And they're both fine. Nice. Voila. There's something fun you could try too, is once you have this heart, you could draw another line of symmetry, a half of a heart inside, and cut that out too. Let's see, I'm going to go up and back down, leaving space at the bottom and leaving space at the top. Take my scissors, cut on the line, curving the paper. Oh, I have another heart. And look at this. I have a heart inside of a heart. And this would be really fun to work on Valentine's with. All right, boys and girls, enjoy yourselves.